tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hello, and welcome to another edition of Spotlight On, where we take an actor or actress or director or somebody in the business and we spotlight them. And I'm your host, James Lott Jr., and I love the web because there are actually some really good shows on the web. It is not the past, not the future, it's today. And one of the shows that I really enjoyed, and one of the drama series I really enjoy, is called Youthful Daze. And I decided to bring in the star of the show. He's in almost every frame, just about. And he's actually, I want to read this out loud because I saw this and I want to make sure I mention this. You are a 2015 LA Web Fest nominee for Best Actor, Lead Actor in a Drama Series.
I am, thank you.
That's why we like that. His name is Bryan James.
Hi.
Hi, welcome.
I'm happy to be here.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate that intro.
Great last name.
Thank you. It's real. I can show you my license. It's not for Hollywood.
Not for Hollywood, so you are
No,
Bryan James.
That's my legal name.
Hey, people have the last name James.
Yeah.
Come from somewhere.
Exactly. It's like that generic first last name thing. You can never trust me.
Yeah, you have two first names.
Two first names.
Oh, that's crazy.
Keep walking. No.
Well, welcome. And so for you guys who don't know, Youthful Daze has a lot of if you're a soap fan, has a lot of your soap actors on there. And I'm going to name a few because I'm just like, wait a minute, that's where they went? Drew Garrett.
Yeah.
Guy Wilson.
Yep.
Sean Kanan.
Sean Kanan.
Kanan, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Eden Regal, who I love.
her.
Casey Moss.
Yeah.
But you have somebody that I love because I'm a Big Brother fanatic and I do the Big Brother after show here.
Yeah.
Will Kirby.
Yeah. He's awesome.
One of the best players of Big Brother ever.
Me and him are friends now, actually.
Oh God,
so I work directly with him, and then we got numbers, we've hung out. He's really cool.
Oh my
he's
God.
a really nice guy.
And a doctor, of course.
And he's a great doctor. Everyone should go, check that out.
And you also had Scott Disick.
Epic.
I mean, this
My
is
best
like...
get, Scott Disick. Scott Disick is like a memory, you know what I mean? A memory that I can put in the box and just relive it always because he's a nice guy and it was a great experience.
Okay. We're going to talk about that in a second. But first, folks, we're going to actually show a trailer of Youthful Daze. So let's go there.
Thank you.
Your footprint was found in the blood. Your shoes.
I'm being set up.
I know you are.
Everybody is watching me. They're all freaking me out.
These are clues. These are clues to anguish.
You're never gonna get away from me!
Maybe if you can find more miracle cures, you can use them on Cody, Mallory. Maybe Sean will make his way back into town.
Stop. Just enough.
I don't feel comfortable in this house anymore. I don't feel safe.
You shouldn't. No one else in this town is gonna come back from the dead. Listen, you surely must remember the good times, right? All the girls in my bedroom, the never-ending assortment of girls. Can I get a beer? He's underage. Shut up. He is. You served this guy?
Why don't you both just beat it?
He's a wanted criminal.
Yeah, I'm so wanted they let me out on bail.
You're a psycho. How could you ever claim to love me?
You really want to do this here?
Where else would we do it?
That's right. I've got Matt Walton's on it too.
Matt Walton's great.
Oh my God. And our girl Carolyn, you know from my interview with Carolyn. And then, I mean, you have...
I have a great cast. I'm a very, very, very lucky man. I'm very blessed. And I work really hard, though, too. I work to get all these people. I reached out to them directly. I definitely, this is the 24/7 thing for me. I believe in myself, but I also believe in those people, and I want to do something fun with all of us.
Well, I mean, you have my friends, Andrew DeBerg, of course.
He's amazing. I love Andrew. He's a great guy.
And Chriselle Stiles.
Chriselle's an angel.
I got to interview her, of course, and became friends. Melissa Archer, my girl.
Melissa Archer's so
I love
cool.
Melissa. She's fun to party with.
I love her.
She's fun to party with.
Oh, that's good.
Jen Lilly.
Jen Lilly is amazing.
I can just sit with Jen Lilly, and every time I see her, I just want to like just hold her and take her with me.
I've spent holidays at her house.
Oh my God,
yeah,
that's so funny. I love her. She's a great singer. She has a new CD
She's a good
out.
host. Yeah, everyone should buy her
Time.
CD.
Yes.
She's a great singer. We did a musical episode. She sang on Youthful Daze, so you can check that out too.
Oh, okay, Daze fans, check that out.
Yes.
Of course. So, okay, let's explain what Youthful Daze is.
Okay.
And then who you are on the show.
Awesome. Youthful Daze is a teen drama series. Now we're going into the young adulthood, I assume.
I think so at this point, yeah.
At this point,
yeah.
We have to say
you're
that.
Like, is it
now I'm
considered
going
4
to college,
seasons?
yeah. So we graduated, and now obviously college isn't really on my character's brain at the moment, but technically I should be going to college, and I'm just trying to survive a serial killer.
Well, yeah, I mean, those things happen.
Those things happen. Took a year off to go through that, but I'll start up next fall.
It's like, how do you go back to school after that? It's like, hello, I'm being killed almost.
We should have that in season 5. I'm gonna write things like that. I survived how many times? I don't really need to be in this class right now.
School's important.
School,
I survived. It's like death.
The hard life, you know,
Yes.
on the streets with the murderers. There might be multiple killers on my show too.
Ooh,
Just
multiple.
to throw that out there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
They work together.
They're working together. There's not just one.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Got
and
to
it
tune in,
all
you
ties
guys.
back to the whole past of the show. So that's what's exciting too.
Good.
Fans that have watched the show from the beginning are gonna love it. Fans that have not watched the show, that are just finding out about me now, or watching through these new talents that have come on, they're gonna love it too, because you can just jump right in, you know.
agree.
And that's what I hope, you know, is seeable. But I appreciate you saying that, because that's what I've been aiming for. But anyway, that's what the show's about. We're in Calabasas, and then my character Drew Castle is the apex center of the show, and I have a multiple personality
Yes, you
named
do.
Joshua.
A little DID going on.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yes, and that's fun. And the ramifications of all of that, you can check out those scenes now, and that story arc is going to be in this new
Ooh,
season.
okay, it is. Okay,
yes,
continue.
for sure.
Well, I want to ask you then, at that point, how wonderful is it to be able to play, basically playing 2 characters?
Yes. It's amazing. It's the most fun I've ever had doing anything.
Yeah.
And I love playing Josh.
Me too.
I love Josh.
Because he gets to do all the things.
Josh is like amazing, and I justify everything that he does to me to make it work and keep it at that organic level from when it's coming out. But at the end of the day, he feels cheated, and so it's almost like the way that he goes about it is different than how Drew goes about things. I feel Drew internalizes a lot of things. He's very emotional, and he kind of has at times a victim-y stance, and that's how he gets through what he needs to get through. And Josh is more like, I'm gonna, like, I don't know if I can say it on air, what he'd do, you know?
Say it to say you're sorry.
Yeah. You know, but Josh is more aggressive for sure. And there's qualities about that are obviously more rewarding to play. So it's fun because I don't want to be pigeonholed in one way. Right. But with that being said, now what I love about Drew with that now being that way is I'm moving the story forward where Drew is now dealing with the fact that he has Josh, and he's kind of coming into his own. So it's kind of about the audience should wonder, is Josh going to come back? Is Drew and Josh going to mold into one? What is Drew now Drew with more Josh tendencies? That's might be the direction we're going in.
Wasn't Josh basically parts of Drew that probably were deep down there?
Exactly. And so what's exciting is the serial killer is not just a storyline about survival. It's also a storyline about it's kind of like coming out of the rubble and coming into your own, because Drew has to step up, and some people even have lines in this season about, oh, Josh will come in and save you, and it's kind of like, for him, it's like, I don't need anyone to save me, and I'm going to save myself. And maybe you'll get to see more where Drew meets Josh and how that comes together.
It's kind of like a sibling story.
Yeah, for sure.
It's one person, but it's...
Yeah, and what's cool too is the dynamic of there's another character on the show. I mean, I've said it before, I don't know if the fans know, but there is a character on the show that is going to be related to my character. Oh. That's a secret sibling.
Ooh, okay.
So there's a lot of drama, and that connects to the serial killer storyline too. So, and the past with my family. So I would want to watch this show.
Yes,
This is like that fun kind of, character-driven, water cooler, juicy, buzzy thing. And I promise you, with all of the talents we have, I've got them all doing things of substance too. So they've got their things going on, and I've got mine going on, and it all comes together in this way that I think is really going to be rewarding for people.
I think you make a good point. You said you have people on here who we know can act, obviously have done it, but you gave them stuff of substance.
Yes.
So that was a very conscious choice, that not just your performances have the best lines or all that stuff, but everybody has something juicy to do.
And the way that the show was done this season is the first few days I was shooting 50 to 60 pages a day with my cast, and I was not acting. I was getting like all Melissa Archer's storyline done, all of Eden Regal's stuff. And then we did like 7 or 8, 9 more days that was really focused mostly around me. But when you cut all of that together, you're gonna see, but that's the thing is, hopefully, if I did my job right, you have A, B, C, D storylines, and we have Eden, Chrishell, Melissa, me leading all of that, along with other people too. But that's kind of in theory where this comes into play. And then you've got Carolyn Hennessy who comes in, and I've got a serial killer, so she's going to be up to some. If she's not a killer, then she's a target. So there's things are going to be happening. Yeah. Sarah Brown is on the show now.
I read that. I was like, oh my God, I love her.
I love her too.
Oh I really, what a great actress.
For me, that was a pinch me moment, because I grew up. Who doesn't know who Sarah Brown is? I just feel like she's iconic and well-deservedly so as well.
Multi-Emmy winner.
So I'm right there acting opposite her. So for me, that's this weird, really cool thing of me kind of in my own journey, like I think I willed that into my life because I've always respected her so much. And it's like I have emotion. She's my Aunt Kathy. So there's an emotional resonance there where we do some stuff that I can't wait for people to see, because it's like I was acting opposite Sarah Brown.
Yeah. I want her on my show.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
tell her.
I can tell her,
Seriously,
yeah, she's an amazing person. Yeah.
So that's a good point too. So here you are, this young actor. You're on a show. You get to work obviously people you respect. How do you take that in?
Well, like for me, it's all about like how you channel things. So I kind of do it beforehand when I'm on the set. Like if they watch this, like she might be like, "Oh, Bryan knows and likes me." Like I don't I don't act that way. I'm not fanboying out here. It's like, so it's like I decompartmentalize that, and when I'm looking at where I am in my life, and I'm trying to give that full weight of that as well. So to do it any other way would be a disservice to everyone. It'd be to me and to them, because they're being hired by me too. So you know what I mean? Like it is in that weird way, having your lines, but then having your fun in the midst of the structure you've created.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, because obviously I respect them, or I wouldn't be reaching out to work with them.
Right. Now, one of the fans wants me to ask, there are people watching.
Nice.
Tracy Newman, who I know from my soap shows. We do a soap block here on Sundays. I do Days of Our Lives and General Hospital.
Cool.
And I'm working on a Young and the Restless and Bold and Beautiful, trying to get the whole thing going.
Nice.
And many of them were happy you were coming on. They're like, we love Youthful Daze. Oh my God, because it's a continuation of kind of, the soap genre is not dead by any means. Continuing drama series, a lot of them are soap-like.
For sure. Serialized storytelling is what I like to call this, and I embrace and always have embraced soaps, but The Avengers is a soap opera.
Yeah.
With Scarlett Johansson, who's hot, and all the guys coming into their own, and she's flirting with them. That's a soap opera.
Right.
It's just interesting that the soaps were dying, and I love that if I can be a face for any of the fans and show them that movement is in a new direction but still the same. Serialized storytelling never dies. There's a reason I have Eden Regal and Chrishell Stause as main characters on my show now, and they get what I'm doing, and they always have, and that's so people that get that too are gonna be happy.
Because it's true. Because I watch Venice, and I've seen some Beacon Hills. I mean, there's a lot of shows out there that have your actors who can do the work, can carry a storyline. Yeah, and you guys are giving them work,
and it's great, and it's fun for me too. And then it's also fun when you have that to then go further. So we also have Benjamin Stone from 9 Lives of Chloe Keane. We have Keegan Allen from Pretty Little Liars. We have that I hope moves the conversation forward. As we know, we've had Scott Disick on. So that it's not just that, because with all due respect to that, I still want to push through those barriers too. I love and will take anything that you give me, but I don't look at myself as like the soap guy or the web series guy. I mean, I just look at myself as an actor, and I look at them as actors. And I've said to them before, especially Chrishell, there's no reason that she can't be in any genre. And
easily.
Same with me. So I just feel like hopefully that shines through too, because we are in this new territory on a web where basically, I feel 5 years from now, you might look back on this and be like, oh, look at all those people in movies right now that we're doing that.
Yes, exactly. And like you're kind of leading the forefront right now.
I am. I think I'm the most popular web series out there, and I'm thankful for it. And I have a weight of expectation on me to continue to deliver, and I can, tell everybody for a matter of fact that I am, and I have been, and I take it very seriously.
That's why I'm doing the show.
Well, I love it.
So the question from Tracy Newman is, because I forgot he was on there too. Hi, Tracy. What was it like to work with Guy Wilson and Bryan Dattilo? Because I've met Bryan Dattilo and he's hilarious off camera.
Bryan Dattilo.
So I don't know how you worked with him because he's so funny. He's crazy.
He's on it too. Yeah, he plays Eden Regal's boyfriend on the show.
So they want to know how. It
was great working with Guy Wilson and Bryan Dattilo. They're both lovely.
They played father and son on Daze.
They did. They don't play father and son on this show.
Oh, good.
They don't.
Okay.
But Bryan works with Eden Regal a lot, and Guy Wilson works with me a lot.
Okay.
Don't want to ruin storyline spoilers, but. I don't know. I mean, with Guy, it's just he's very ready to go, and I'm like that too. So that's what's fun. This is the most I've even thought about it to verbalize it, but it was kind of like two people just ready to throw down. And he plays a very aggressive, very dark character on this show, and it's like very almost obvious, is he the serial killer? And it's kind of like, and then you're gonna see like, am I just blatantly making it obvious, or am I making it obvious to then fool you? Okay. So you really won't know till the end, but there's no way to hide that. So what's exciting for his fans will definitely be to see this other new kind of version of him. He's definitely not a victim in this show. You know what I mean? And Bryan, same thing. He had said to me once, do you want me to do it like this, like that? And I was like, I just want you to do it real. And I think once he heard that from me, it made him feel comfortable too with what we were doing, because the bottom line is that like everyone's coming from their own thing, but some people look at this and like, oh, is it a comedy, or is it a horror, or is it a drama? And it's like, it's a little bit of everything. But if we just ground it in reality with serialized storytelling, with character driven work, then that's all I'm looking for. So don't give me what you think I want, give me your truth.
Well, see, I like shows that blur the line, that include everything.
Absolutely. I'm very self-aware. I even wrote something that I was saying that makes me laugh so hard on this show this season, that comments on everything that's ever happened on the show, like behind the scenes, and it makes me laugh that I did that. But like, if anyone cares, they'll see it in the show if they want to watch it. You know what I mean? Like those little nods and those winks and those those
are fun sometimes.
They're very fun, and it's cool that I'm in control of the driver's seat from beginning to end, because you get that clarity through me.
Yes.
Because there's a time and a place for everything, I think.
I agree.
And that's just when and where. And when you can have that on your show a little bit, I think it respects the fans even more. I think the fans are always aware, even to the bottom line. I have my shows that I love. They know everything that happened. They know everything we said, and we're not gonna mess around with that. We're gonna honor that.
They do it to me on my shows.
Isn't it funny?
I'm a host. They're like,
no, I love it.
James, when you said on October 19th episode of, I'm like, I said that? I did? Okay.
Yeah.
But no, you say something that's really important, and I say this to my fans all the time. I respect you guys. You guys are part of my village. Mm-hmm. If it wasn't for you guys, literally I'd be talking to myself.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I love my fans. I respect my fans. I'm looking directly in the camera now. Yes. I thank anyone watching that's my fan. I'm a fan of Youthful Daze. I love you, and I support you, and I'm thankful you support me too. And the best is ahead, for sure, for the show. And for me, and just in general, everything's been going so well.
I'm excited for you.
Yeah.
Someone else in the chat room wants to know about, we have people here watching right now live. Keegan Allen, oh my God, how'd you get her?
Him?
Yeah, I'm going to say her. Live television, I love it. I was looking, it's her who said it.
How did I get Keegan Allen?
Yes.
A lot of blood, sweat, and tears.
Really?
No, I'm just...
let
me tell you, I had to sacrifice some children. There was a goat involved. It was awkward. No.
And some shrimp.
He just is someone I reached out to, and he took an interest, and we started to have a dialogue about doing it, and it just shows a testament to my writing and to the characters I'm doing, because I didn't know him, and I went through his agent, and we went through the whole rigmarole and back and forth, but it did work out, and I was great working with him, and he works with Chriselle, and he's a very
live television.
He's a very important character to Chriselle Staus's character, and that's all I want to say about that. But that's what's exciting, is he comes in and out in this one, but he has something of merit too and substance. We filmed it, and it was fun, and it was a great experience working with him. He's a cool guy.
Now, you can just blink once or blink twice. You have to say, but are we going to find out who the serial killer is this season?
Yes.
Oh, we're gonna find out.
So, it will be done.
So you're gonna wrap this
the
up
whole thing. It's like watching Scream, like literally. No, literally the whole thing, and you can watch it all in one day. Isn't that great?
That is
So
great,
on
that's great.
February 20th, you can watch all of this madness. The script was 800 pages, and so I don't know how many hours that will translate to yet, but whatever that is, with all these episodes, 30-something episodes of different lengths, you're going to see my whole vision of what I even got Keegan Allen, Guy Wilson, everyone to do it. Because that's the way I want to show a show. You know, I love Ryan Murphy's work, and I'm watching Scream Queens and everything, American Horror Story every week, but I like watching binge.
Yeah, I'm starting to like it now because I'm busy. So I'm like us, we're working, we're doing stuff. I can't always watch when it's on.
I know, right?
So there's times when I get a day off, which is rare. When I get a day off, then I can sit down and watch like 9 episodes of something.
But binge watching is, I think, the way of the future. And so I'm wanting to give Youthful Daze in a new way too. And I'm wanting to be meeting my fans where they are even more. I want to give them everything at once. It's like Christmas. February 20th is Christmas.
So say out loud, because someone wants to know, again, they must have missed the beginning, where can they watch it from the beginning?
From the very beginning, you can watch it at www.youthfuldaze.com. And when you go there, there's lovely pictures of me, and you can... You can click
They're
on.
great pictures.
Thank you so much. And you can click through them, and they'll take you to the episodes, and you go to episode 1, you watch it. With that being said, that's where it starts. So if there's any confusion about that, you know, I've done a lot of content, and that's where it starts, episode 1. And you just want to jump into that.
So we're gonna find out who the serial killer. Oh my god! I'm like, what am I doing February 20th or 21st?
You're watching Youthful Daze.
I think I am.
You're binge watching.
I think I am. It's like, I don't have a show or anything. I'm gonna stay home.
Wait till you see all the things that happened to me on this show. God. I really went for it.
But you put yourself through the ringer on this show too.
I did a lot of my own stunts, and we had a stunt coordinator come in. I don't know. I was like, who thought of this? I'm gonna be thrown off what roof, and I'm really gonna land it. What? I'm being attacked in a car again. I'm being strangled.
You get beat up.
No, literally. I've also sprained my nose doing a stunt. So the end is balls to the wall insanity with me and the killers and like a fight to the death. And it's so cool, and it felt like very Scream in a great way. But long story short, it's really late and the camera guy wasn't where he was supposed to be, and I ran right into him, and I sprained my nose. So I'm really into this, you know what I mean? Like, I'm really,
you're committed.
I'm not
or should be committed.
I know. Listen, it depends who you ask. But the thing is that literally that's what's fun, you know, is throwing yourself all in there. I didn't think that I would physically be different after filming this season, but I am. That's what's funny though. It's like a scar in a good way, you know?
Oh yeah. Because you have a story now too.
I do.
For later.
I do, and I can't spoil who's involved in that stuff yet because I don't want to ruin who it is. But I mean, the people that I was working with in the end, I would take 5 more hits. You know, no, because it's fun when you see it. It's gonna be cool.
Now, it was such a, like you said, doing 80 pages and this thing. So working with soap actors, obviously with their training, that muscle. Yeah. So it must have been.
It's easy. That's why it's mostly like that now. It's just because there was a time when some people became. It just seemed like they were like. It just seemed like we weren't on the same page, and it's just like you got to be on the same page, so that's enough of that. But the bottom line is that being on the same page, it's like I want to shoot at least 45 pages a day, and maybe I haven't been on Days of Our Lives or General Hospital or whatever, but that's what I'm capable and what I'm doing. And so when I work with Melissa and Eden and Chriselle and Guy and so everyone, you know what I mean, it just kind of, it's easier to do that. There's never that deer in the headlights look with them, and I don't want to make people feel that way either. You know what I mean? So that's definitely what we do on Youthful Daze.
They've all said great things about you to me. So
I love it.
Yeah, they love you to death.
I love them.
So let's start from the beginning. So where did Youthful Daze come from? How did it come into your life?
I was in acting class, and I was in a parking lot, and I was talking to a friend of mine.
I love it.
And we were talking, and it was late at night, and we were just saying how like I had gone out for Grey's Anatomy like 7 times.
Oh my god.
I did.
Let's stop there for a second.
Shonda Rhimes call me in.
Yeah, so okay, just stop there for a second. How did that, I mean, so what was it like? You get called in, is it a giant room, is Shonda with her hair there? Everybody knows what's going on. Like, how is it?
So you go to like ABC Studio a lot, and they call you right in, and the way they were doing it when I was going in, this was a minute ago, but still, it's just right for everybody. So she's not in the room, but the writers, the casting people all are, and then it's like, you know, you just do it for them. It's a lot of times when you go in nowadays, it's like on tape and no one's there. It's like whatever. That's what I liked about it. It's like still got that lived-in feeling. But anyway, you know, it comes down to different variables. But they like me, but I haven't been on that show yet.
It has to happen. It has to happen.
It has to happen.
7 times, 8 times a charm.
Right? I know,
Yeah.
but I forgot what I was.
No, I'll get you back to that. But I just want to stop it because all these Shonda Rhimes people. I was just curious how that goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. So okay. So you were in a parking lot talking to your friend.
That's what we were talking about.
I'm good. I'm good.
Shonda Rhimes, I love you. Anyway, so I was in a parking lot talking to my friend, and I had gone out for these different shows, and it was just kind of like a thing of like, well, why am I not? Why don't I do this? That was the first idea. But it's so much more than that. And everyone has that moment, I think. So how did I even do this? I don't know.
You don't know. It's just done.
I think it's God. I really think a lot of it is God. And I mean that in like an honest way. Because you're calling in your path. And there's no one way to explain how something over the last 6 years of my life has happened. But it is something that it's definitely my passion as an actor. And I guess it did stem from that thing of wanting to be working and not getting an opportunity yet, which is fine, but let me just, if I feel like let me do something else that I want to do too, I actually am this guy that I've realized as I'm like sitting with all my decisions that I've made in my life. It's kind of like at the end of the day, I wouldn't change anything, because at the end of the day, the way I'm made is if a week or 2 or 3 or God forbid a month goes by and I'm not acting, there's just something in me that isn't being fulfilled. So I literally just need to be acting. Even if I'm funding it, and then let's just do it.
Well, acting for you obviously feeds you.
It feeds
emotionally,
me so
spiritually,
much, every way,
every
way. And I encourage and support other actors, and I always have. So that's the thing too, is like, creating an environment for other people to feel safe and to do that as well. Because that's just where I feel spiritually fed, exactly. Well, like what you were saying.
It's such a, I always feel like if you wake up and you're not craving to do it,
and why are you doing it?
Right.
And it's not about money. I want money. Everyone wants money, but it's not about it. It's about what I need to do, depending on any situation I'm in. Whether I have $1 million, I have $1. That I was fulfilled, that I was following my purpose, and I like to believe all those other things would work out.
You have to have at least a semblance of faith that things will work out.
Yeah. I definitely have lived faith-based in this show in some ways. I've done things that your mom or your dad would tell you not to do.
Oh, yeah, of course.
But I don't know where that ends, because I am 27. So, like, talk to me in a few years, and I don't...
I'm almost 47, and I believe the way you do.
Thank you.
I'm just telling you. No, I
and it works out. I mean, right? It doesn't always mean every second is what you want it to be, but it works out.
Oh, you got it already. You got the lesson already.
I really appreciate that. Well, then I meant, here we go. Anyway.
No, you get the lesson. I always tell people that, because I'm also a certified life coach, so one of those things. But I had learned that it never really stops.
No. So why let every little thing, when it's a different thing of the same thing underneath, if you're smart enough to see that, like, bother you at a certain point? Like, I can tell you there's more things going on now that would bring me down than ever in my life, but it's all about how you choose to look at it, because there's also more positive than ever too. So it's this weird balance of you choose your own path. You choose how you're going to live your day. You can only react to how other people. You can't choose how other people treat you, but you can choose how you react.
That's very
true. And that
true.
gives you a lot of power.
Very true.
I've learned that the hard way sometimes, but like just listen. Yeah, I appreciate that. I've learned that from working on the show, from working with literally 117 people, having an Emmy winner in their 50s come on my set, and then how they actually are underneath that, and then as a man, just what you want to be. You know what I mean? And like how things are.
I do. So are you a better producer now, better casting person? Do you feel like doing the show you become better in those areas too?
Absolutely. I feel like I've always been a good casting person, and I don't really think that changed. I'm just being honest. Like, I've always just had that. But definitely producing. Like when you have so many days on set, some of them go swimmingly and you're like, yeah. And some of them, there's a helicopter and a fire is broken out 2 inches away out of nowhere, and the morale is going down, and the actor doesn't have their wardrobe, and suddenly, like, the way you handle this can actually define someone's opinion of you, because that's their only perspective. They don't see all the other days, and so it's interesting, it's fascinating, because perception's reality, and it's just I'm thankful for all of it. I
always tell people that you can be the best actor and Holly can be the best producer, but if you're perceived as a hard person who's mean or unfriendly or not good, you will not get hired.
I hope I don't have that. I don't think I do. I don't have that.
But I'm saying it's along the lines of what you're saying.
No, but it's the truth. Yeah, exactly. Because if you flipped out, there was one day where we were supposed to be somewhere and then we couldn't be there, and then I remember people complimenting me later about how I handled it, because it is just how you handle something in that moment. Because I'm not getting the shot anyway. We're not getting the shot, so let's calm down. Let's figure out what we're gonna
So
do.
Youthful Daze. So you guys had some early thoughts about it in the parking lot. You're thinking about some stuff. You're like, I didn't get Grey's Anatomy.
I didn't get Grey's Anatomy
for the 7th time. So just explain to people, because people really don't know, how do you go from that to actually getting a series, your first day of shooting? Like, how
I
did you
wrote
kind
a
of get
script that was 300 pages long, and I cast it, and we had a table read for it, and no one was being paid. Everyone was just working on passion. It was going to be 3 episodes. We shot it. I turned it into 12 episodes.
Oh, wow.
And then I made it season 1.
Okay.
And then that's literally how that happened. So then season 1 came out. It got like 30,000 hits a week after like the 4th weekend. And at 12 weeks in, I had nothing else to show, and I was devastated. I was so upset because it's like I didn't even know that I had that, but that was where it was at then, you know. I didn't. So then it became this thing of like, let me plan ahead, let me do whatever. And then season 2 and season 3 and season 4, there was never any break. So I literally looked up 90210, which I thought was an iconic show in the 90s, and I looked on their little thing and I saw the producers, and I didn't realize, you know, they had multiple people, so it's like tiring being just one. But I still said to myself, I can do this long term all throughout the years, because if you really want to look back on it, 90210 became successful when they did summer episodes, when they never went away. So if you're going to make a web series and you're really going to get people to actually watch and make it nationally something that's, you know, supported, you need to never go away. And that's what I told myself. And I didn't go away until season 4B, and that's only because I decided to change the cast, and I decided to take a moment and now do this, and decided to release it in a different way in general too, because it's a weekly thing, and now it's just coming out in lump sum.
Which is good to change things up.
I think so too, because we can go back to weekly too. You know, I have designs to start shooting season 5 relatively soon, and then start airing that right after this, but we'll see. You know, other things that come into play aren't in my control, but...
How did you had success for season 1? You just brought up a good point. Did you have this momentum? You were getting 30,000 hits.
Yeah.
So
and then there was nothing. It was so depressing because I had nothing else shot, and I had no one on contract, and I had nothing, you know. And it was just like, so then I literally, that's why I became this guy that like is where I am now. Yeah. Like that forward motion.
Wow.
Because I wasn't going to stop after 2 or 3. So I was doing 2, I was editing 2 and filming 3. It was sometimes crazy. It was hard. I was editing on set and coaching like the actors, and going back to editing and going back to directing them, and then stepping in and then shooting the scenes. Oh my God. And I was working 18 hours a day. I worked 72 hours straight once, and my whole body changed forever. I'm not saying this to like brag or anything.
No,
it's just what people want to know what I've done.
Yes, you do,
because no one else will do it.
Yeah.
So that's the thing, is like, do it, but good luck.
Yeah.
You're not gonna.
Now I want to talk. Okay, so as a person who's busy myself.
Yeah. Right.
How personal life in terms of time for yourself. Mm-hmm. How do you find moments for yourself? What do you do?
Well, I mean, you have to find moments for yourself, because as an artist, first and foremost, which is what I am, I don't have designs to necessarily want to be going into some of these avenues and other like things for my life. I want to be acting. So I feel like the most rewarding life as an actor is through experiences with other people. So in this weird way, working on this was in itself taking me away from myself. When I go back, isn't that weird? But it's interesting. So when I go back to me, I like to exercise. I like to just listen to music. I'm kind of pretty boring. You know, I'm not like Drew or Josh, either of them, really. I'm really not. I'm not mopey like Drew, and I'm not like trying to kill people like Josh.
Well, I hope not. Thank God. I'm like,
right?
Hi, everybody. We'll see you later. Show's over. Bye.
But you know how some people have that chip on their shoulder, and that's okay, but I really don't. Right. And then at the same time, I'm not like mopey either, though. Yeah. So it's like that weird thing of like, I'm not aggressively. It's like I've learned by being an actor what to be, and it's kind of still isn't in a weird way. You're supposed to just kind of be. I think that's the best way to be in life. So it's like, to take in the day, you can, this is something people don't live by, but I can have 5 things be thrown at me and I can still take in the day. It doesn't mean I can be working 12 hours a day and then do an interview and then go home, and I have moments in that day that I could take in the day and have it be my day, but I didn't learn that until I worked this way. Okay. You know, so that's not something, but I mean, like, that's the truth of that too, I think.
Yeah, I do. I have a garden in my backyard.
So you can do that anytime you want.
Exactly.
You can go do that today.
Yes.
You know?
In between shows, or I just go in the backyard and get my hands dirty.
Like we did a cast photo shoot like an hour ago, or 2 hours ago, and then here I am now. But then after that, I'm going to another event later tonight, but for the show. But before, like in the middle, maybe I'll honestly sit down and then read the Bible or something. I'm being honest. Like that's literally how I recenter myself slightly. You know? Okay. So this is just kind of a mixture of all of that together.
Yeah, I just always, because people always ask me, like, do you get sleep? Like, I get sleep and stuff. I take care of business.
And so it's funny, everything's a perception. So it almost, for me, I've learned to just keep doing what I'm doing, because everybody will want to make it something it isn't. You know what I mean?
Yes, that's very true.
Like, if you work really hard, then you must be exhausted.
Yes. No.
Maybe that's something that you say when you're not figuring this out, but I figured it out now. I'm like, nah,
right.
I'm fine.
Same. I'm just telling you, 20 years from now, when you're my age, it's that it can still be that way.
That makes me feel really good.
Seriously, it can be. Because I love life, and I think life is amazing and be wonderful, and sometimes it's challenging.
Yeah.
But I'm doing all the things I want to be doing.
And that's what it comes down to.
And that's what I think you're doing right now. So you're doing all the things you want to be doing.
And where I'm supposed to be, like what I need to be doing, and the ideas and the designs I have for myself in the future, I can't project on this moment today because I'm supposed to be right here talking to you right now. But where I want to be, I see it, and I see it so clearly, like a picture. So it's not like a cocky thing, but I kind of know if as long as I stay where I'm supposed to go, I will go, because it's all by design. We all have our own goals. We all have our own things, and I don't know why more people don't live this way. They should. We don't embrace fear. That's the bottom line. It's all just being afraid, and we all feel it. I feel it too.
Yeah, it's
oh
the
my gosh,
unknown. It's
you
the
know?
unknown.
Yeah, but that's the wrong direction.
What is a piece of advice that someone has given you at some point that serves you today?
To look out for yourself. Because the thing is when you look out better for yourself, you can look out better for other people. And there's been a time in my life,
I like that.
Thank you, where I think I was a people pleaser to a degree that was hurting me, because it's like, you shouldn't be, and I don't have anyone in my life like this now, but it was from a year or two ago. It was like catering to people too much, and that's the thing that I've learned, which is a blessing. You know what I mean? Because then it's almost like if you're on an airplane and you're going down and you're a parent, you got to put your thing on before you can put your kids on.
Yes.
So if you're struggling to do something and you're not centered yourself, you're not going to get what you want, and you're going to be misunderstood, which is unfortunate and doesn't get anyone anywhere. So that's what I think is the best piece of advice. But still to be kind too. You know, it's a weird balance. Like, people can hear something and it's like, oh, so just only look out for yourself. No, that's the opposite. Actually, you can look out for other people more when you're just realizing your place in other people's lives as well.
That's a really good point.
Well,
yes.
I've learned it through interesting experiences, but definitely, yeah.
Yeah, know who you are. And know your place in whoever's lives you're in.
Yeah.
And if you're comfortable in that, then you can be okay.
And if you're not comfortable in that, then why? Is it because you weren't comfortable with you to begin with, which is then going back to it? Because then it doesn't need to be this unnecessary thing. Just, you know? But so many people don't do that. But that's okay. Yeah. But that's what I don't do. Right. I couldn't do the show if I did that. It just wouldn't work.
Wow, yeah.
I have to be this way, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, you're from Northern California.
Yes, I am.
I've been to your town many times, and it was Walnut Creek.
I love Walnut Creek. That's where I was born.
I used to go to a bar there, actually. What
a small world.
I don't even know it's there anymore.
No one even brings that up to me.
I used to live in San Francisco for years.
That's
in the Bay
awesome.
Area,
My parents are both from San Francisco.
Oh, they are?
Yeah,
okay.
my mom and my dad.
Are they still all up there in Northern California?
Not anymore, but all my family was. So I feel like I'm rooted there.
Do you feel there's a difference between, because I bring this up all the time, Northern Californians and Southern Californians?
Oh, yeah. There's like a night and day difference. It's like a whole different state.
It is, totally. When I was in Northern California, because I'm from here originally, then lived there for like 20 years and came back. And I was up there like, I just people in LA I just hate them. Oh my God, they take our water and all this stuff. And then people down here, they're like, they don't even mention anybody in Northern California. Like, nobody down here really they go to, I love Frisco. Like, don't say Frisco. I love Napa. And I love, they don't, it's a whole different attitude, isn't it?
It really is.
And I see you're laughing because you get it. You totally get it.
It's the truth.
You totally get it.
I was just thinking about it.
It's so funny. So you're from there. So in your bio it says you've been all over California.
Yeah.
That you've gone to San Diego.
Hitchhiked. Taking those life experiences.
You didn't want to leave the state. You just had to stay in this long state. So that's it.
I like Forrest Gumped it. I had a shirt on and I ran for a long time.
With you, I can believe that.
Yeah,
with you, I can almost believe that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I can believe that. What is it about California that you really like? And I love that. I love that. I love hearing that you were in different parts of California. Like different parts of California.
I like that song I just heard the other day. I love LA. What's that? Randy Newman. I saw this video of Kris Jenner like on her 30th birthday, and then the Kardashians like redid it for her 60th, and they were like, they changed to I love my friends, and it was like so funny. But what I love about LA is that the truth of the matter is it's all how you look at it, because it's all how you're feeling. So how you're feeling can decide if those streets are beautiful people can decide if you have those connections with other people. And that's what's fun about LA. LA is a pressure cooker. It is like a melting pot of diversity in a beautiful way, but it also is very isolated. So that's the truth. So you kind of have rise to the top or whatever, but I kind of like that. I don't know why. I've always liked being in adverse situations because they test you and they make you grow stronger as a man. That's definitely...
I like being a small fish in a big pond for some reason. I kind of like that.
I don't like that.
See, I kind of like it. I like this being kind of, I'm like, LA's huge, it's spread out, it's fine. I have my little corners that I'm popular in, but I kind of like that in a way.
I mean, I guess I just feel like I want to be in the midst of everything, even if and then see, I don't know where to go. Or it's like the Hunger Games or something, like survival. I just saw that movie, so.
Hey, Lord of the Flies.
Right?
What's going on there? Oh, the fans are saying they're loving what you said. Well said, great. Everybody's just like they love what you
Thank you.
said. So.
I love the fans.
Yeah, they love you.
I love you.
Right.
This is so cool.
This is great. So you're from Northern California. So then you came down here. It says you went to Ivana Chubbuck.
Love Ivana Chubbuck.
Talk about that a little bit.
So she has a book, and I got it, and I started studying with her, and she's just an amazing, talented woman. You know, I use substitution in my work. Like some of my fans might see that Drew's very emotional. He's been emotional in the past for a variety of reasons, and I feel, come on, if your sister, your parents were murdered, and like your lovers keep dying and trying to kill you, and I don't feel like the character had any stability or any center. And when I was pulling from that truth, and when I was substituting things in my own life where I felt powerless, tears naturally came organically. I've never tried to cry. I can cry on command, but I don't try to cry. But that's what I learned through Ivana Chubbuck is, I mean, for me as a man and as an artist, substitution is key to bringing a truth to the environment under any situation, whether I've prepped for 5 months or 5 minutes. And I feel that, you know, so that's just a valuable tool in my arsenal as an artist. But like, I would encourage anyone to check her out. She's got a great philosophy.
Now you tackle certain subjects and themes.
Yeah.
On Youthful Daze, and so was some of your choices could be considered controversial in some ways. I mean, same sex and killing, all this kind of stuff. How did you come up with because you wrote the first script? Was that very conscious of you that I'm going to tell a serialized drama and I'm not going to limit myself on the subject matter?
Yeah, but it also is just character driven. So like, for instance, Drew, you know, when the series started, it was only with women. And as the series went along, we found out that he was that isolated, like disassociated drug dealer from Calabasas because he had a relationship with someone who broke his heart. And the reason I made that male was because I thought that was a more interesting choice. I thought that was saying something in a more interesting way. Obviously doing that, and I've committed to that, has made the character bisexual or gay, and I've committed to that. But it was never wanting to like, oh, I need to do a gay storyline. You know what I mean? It was more about what is interesting, you know? And when you're coming from a character-driven place, what's truly happening with people in their lives, you know? And I feel like I'm fortunate that I'm doing a show in a time where there is such change in the culture and in the dialogue, because gay marriage should have always been legal. And so it almost became this defiant thing too, of when an actor comes to me, because I am straight, but that just shouldn't even matter. You know what I mean? Who cares? But like, when I try to write a storyline that is of same-sex content and an actor doesn't want to do it, that makes me want to do it more. Or when an actor tries to tell me to cut a gay sex scene that we shot, and then I decide to make it longer in the edit because I'm not trying to be that way, but at the same time I am. You know what I mean? Like, really, you're showing me what is important. Because that's the point of the show. I feel like I'm reaching people in Malaysia, in Thailand, in Oklahoma. So it's like you're reaching people from everywhere, and you want to be able to say things that matter. And so I've never looked at it in that way, but it of course would become that way, because otherwise what are we doing? You know what I mean? Like, how many storylines can I do without having a substance? You know? Like, honestly.
I found it, for me, I found it to be very authentic to your generation, where sexuality is fluid.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. And
it's so, I don't characterize him as gay or straight or bi, actually. It's just this guy who's kind of messed up and has these different relationships.
It's interesting. I appreciate that. That's interesting. Yeah. And I've seen that even, I started doing the show in 2012. So imagine how much our culture has changed. And so that's the truth, is I'm a part of that. And that's what's interesting, and I'm thankful for. This was not even the world we lived in with sexual fluidity a few years ago. It wasn't. It's very new.
Not my time period.
And so it's interesting. Yeah.
So that's kind of how I read it. Yeah. Actually. When I saw some of the episodes, I was like, oh, guys.
Well, I appreciate that, and I hope you see in the storylines in the future. What's exciting to me is I never approach it from Drew needing to have a gay story. I just want Drew to have a story, and the fact that he is wanting to be with a guy is circumstantial. It doesn't really matter.
Makes sense.
Then but I think like that makes it a stronger story because I still have in the new season, you know, Drew and Randy, especially fans who have seen in the past, we have a new actor playing Randy.
Oh,
but,
new actor, okay.
Yeah, but regardless, it's the same character, and there's a history there that needs to be resolved. So that's moving in that direction. Yeah.
But so like you are resolving things. That's good.
Yeah, and moving forward, and I definitely have the Oliver, Tommy, Drew triangle take a new spin, which I just wasn't done with it. You know, that's the thing too, is learning, which was the best blessing for me ever as a creator, learning the power of the recast. Just because I love everyone, but like some people were unable or weren't in the place in their life where we were going to work together, and I wasn't going to lose the character.
Right.
Are you kidding?
Right.
It's like the characters have actually evolved and are actually even better now that someone else put their finger on it, and it shows hopefully the show and the fans there's substance there. Because you know what I mean. In theory, it's great to have everyone always be the same, but at the same time, when you're doing something like I want my show to go on for at least 10 seasons, and I'm a web series, so it's like people have different aspirations in their life and different things they want to do or whatever. Like the old Randy was filming a movie, and I wanted to film more Youthful Daze, and I loved that work. That's a testament to him. That like it's a testament to anyone if they become a recast, only because they at least enabled that to even be possible. You know,
that's a good way to look at it.
Thank you.
I never even thought of it that way. But
no, I never used to either. So I was in pens and needles. Oh, so and so, and it's like it took me away from myself, and I will never do it again. So everyone can be recast.
So you're so sweet.
I mean, you know what I mean? But that's the truth.
Right.
It is not a personal thing.
It's like almost like their work in that performance of that character enables it to go on.
Exactly.
Right.
And I am the through line on the show as the face of the show in the center. So I'm consciously aware when we're building a new Oliver, when we're building a new Tommy, and we're building a new Randy, whatever we're building, it's going to be slowly. It's not going to be like, you're not going to be thrown, who's this? Like, I'm going to be like, I'm guiding you, you know? Like, I'm guiding that story.
Right.
Like, so I'm thankful and excited about it.
Yeah.
You know, like, I know that may be interesting to people, but that's also where people limit themselves. It's like, you know, I don't want to ever limit myself. So I love like Youthful Daze, and I love that there are characters out there that then have different interpretations and we can take it in new directions. Randy was way more evil than now this new guy makes him a little softer, and that's interesting, you know, because if you watch the show, if you're a fan of the show, you'll see Randy is like a ultimate psycho, but like now he's maybe, you know, I feel like this new actor brings something of levity that grounds that, where Drew and Randy could be long term together. So that's fascinating too, because the other guy was just like which is interesting, but that's what's cool too. When you bring those new dynamics out, then you get new kind of flavors in the material. And sometimes it changes things a little bit from what you want, but change is good.
I think it's good too. Well, you say you're character driven based, which I love, because I've seen shows where let's do the big cliffhanger at the end and work backwards.
That's stupid.
And it doesn't work.
No. And an idea, if it's just an idea, will show, and it's not, there's no substance there.
I think the best things come out of when you actually have good story and the characters are interacting and are making point, and you start seeing things, and the dots will connect to that cliffhanger or that thing that's
exactly. And and someone running someone over with their car and leaving them on the street is only going to be interesting if I really care about Drew and Randy.
Yes.
To me.
Yeah.
So I guess what's good, and I want fans to know, is I was this kid that watched so much TV, so I know this stuff. Like, I got this.
Yeah.
And I've researched. I take this seriously. I researched all these shows. I researched all these soaps. I looked into everything. I loved The Young and the Restless back in the day with Bill Bell.
Oh, yeah.
That's great. I also liked General Hospital in the 90s a lot, and All My Children in the 90s.
All My Children,
just from if I'm going to be compared to these things, let me look and see what they did well, in my opinion, and what they didn't. You know what I mean?
Fun. Okay.
So that's what's fun for me too. Okay. So whether you love Youthful Daze or you're just getting used to it or just heard of it, like I do believe it's arcing to those serialized storytelling shows, you know.
Do you have a dream guest or guests? And you can say them out loud to anybody in the universe.
Billy Miller, will you just come do my show already?
He's on my General Hospital show, of course.
He's never gonna do it, but I mean
no, don't say that. Billy Miller, you know you want to do it. Come on.
Billy Miller, come on, man.
Come on.
Come on, dude. One day.
Just one day you can do it.
It will be good stuff, bruh.
He's such a great actor.
He's my favorite.
I'm so glad he's on these shows.
Yeah, I've thought about who I really need from these shows, and I mean, I would love to work with Billy Miller. I would love to work with Michelle Stafford.
Oh my God,
Michelle
another one.
Stafford is the everything.
It was for me because I watched General Restless and General Hospital. It was kind of like when it came over, I'm like, oh my God.
I haven't seen any of their work on General Hospital. I haven't watched any of these shows.
Michelle Stafford's playing a woman who had amnesia, like for 20 years she was like in a coma, So she's playing a woman who's of a certain age, but still stunted in her age, like she's in her 20s.
She kills it, I'm sure.
Oh, every scene.
So good.
Every scene.
Dude,
I love her.
What I loved her from was on The Young and the
Yes, of
Restless
course.
when she was divorcing Nick.
Oh,
that was just like really good work.
Yeah, it was good work. Yeah.
That's like, as a male, it doesn't matter to me, male, female. I inspire to do work. She had levity and moments in that work that I just thought, well done, Michelle Stafford. You know what I mean? She just really, it's as an actor.
Have you seen her Stafford project, her web series?
I've seen a little bit of it. I think it's hilarious. Yeah,
I'm just a huge fan. So you said her like I'm a huge
fan.
So
there, she knows too, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, she knows what it's like to do the web series grind.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
So get on there, Michelle.
I did talk to her people, and it was a potential. Yeah.
Ooh,
you know, but we'll see.
Well, I mean, how does that kind of work? How does that kind of work with you trying to get people? Like, do you follow them on? Do you on Twitter? Do you say something?
No.
You go to the PR folks and try to talk to them. I mean, how do you do it?
I just should I give away my secrets?
Okay, no secret. Okay, but you get them on. Okay, just that's what I ask.
But it's definitely way more professional than that.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
okay.
It's kind of like cold pitching.
Just for people out there want to know, like, how do you?
Yeah.
People ask me, how do you get guests? Well, actually, with you, I did kind of just tweet out or whatever.
Really?
I did, and then I got to your PR people.
Oh, I love
so it does work sometimes.
So it does work.
It does work.
Look, there's a different way to get everyone. You know what I mean? Like, you can get someone on the corner. Hey, what up? And then you can also like just. Hey, what up? Do you like that? That's how I got him. So this is what I do. So I literally like see him. I like see him out and like buying milk in the store. And I'm like, hey, what up? And that's how it starts. So good, right?
Now that I've met you, I think you could get to me and I'd be like, sure, what do you want me
ran
to do?
into Nancy Lee Grahn at a Best Buy.
Oh, I love her.
And I told her who I was and all this stuff. It was fun.
She's like, I'm trying to get a
She was
stereo
like, what is
system.
this, Youthful Daze? What? I'll check it out. Okay. I was like, so cool.
I'm trying to get some speakers. Can you leave me alone, please?
No, she was nice. She was nice.
I love Nancy Lee Grahn. I love her.
But isn't that funny?
Yeah. And in LA, it's kind of common too. We can run into people all the time.
You just run into people.
You do.
Yeah. But it's funny when you run into people when you're in the same genre and like I'm tweeted, like there's fans that I have and I love them and they'll put pictures of me and her on their page. They said that they love me the best on the internet and they love her the best on the TV. And so it made me laugh when I met her because I was like, I totally know who you are because I just saw a photo of us photoshopped together. Like, it's really cool. Like, so cool. And she's like, what are you? What is this? I don't look at that photo. And I'm like, well, I did, all right.
And she's big on Twitter, though.
She's
big on
great.
Twitter.
No, she's awesome.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, our time. I just can't believe time.
Our time is up? No.
It is not fair.
I can't believe it.
It's not fair.
I want to talk more.
I know. I want to talk to you forever, but they don't give me a 2-hour show. They're like, James Lott Jr., you're gonna get one.
One day, a 2-hour show.
Ooh, that's
So good.
There you go. I have to call you back. You'll come back. You'll be the
I'll
judge
come
show with
back.
me. You'll do
I'll
the
come
show
back.
with me. So again, just thank you so much.
Thank you
for being on here. Your show is great. Everybody watch Youthful Daze. Tell them again where they can find it.
You guys, you can check out Youthful Daze at www.youthfuldaze.com. New episodes come out February 20th and catch up on the whole series now. And thanks for your support. It means a lot to me.
And I will on all of my interweb pages, of course, Black Hope LA on Twitter, James Lott Jr. on Facebook. I will be posting all of the links to all your stuff too. And on February 20th, I'm going to remind you guys to watch the show.
Yes, absolutely.
While I'm at home watching it.
Yeah. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun ride. I love it. You know, the stakes are high with the killer and it's just good drama. Good fun, character-driven, emotional, fun drama.
We need that.
We need some of that in our life.
Thank you folks for watching online. This is Spotlight On here at AfterBuzz TV, and I will see you next time.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.